Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome on board to the channel. Not sure what happened actually with YouTube just a moment ago. It bizarrely created a second stream which had nothing on it. But anyway, we're live. We're on the correct stream now anyway. YouTube has figured itself out, thank goodness. And we're in Austria. Vienna to be precise. Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey. And as I chat, I'm currently watching the Queen's Platinum Jubilee fly past on BBC News on my phone. I hope not to be too distracted, but we're heading off to Zakynthos today with what is currently my favourite aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the PMDG 737-700, in this really nice Austrian Airlines livery, created by Stevedra. Neil, welcome. So we've kind of jumped through boarding a little bit. We've done a few other little bits in preparation for today, and as it stands at the moment, let's get rid of that master caution. We are on stand Foxtrot 03. We have a ground controller, and we have got through to this section. So we've aligned the IRS and everything else. Flight level 370 is what we want today. It's a remarkable fly pass going on at the moment, by the looks of it. Welcome to all of you. It's great to have you on board. Please remember to hit the like button while you're here. Initial climb 5,000 and transition altitude 10. And if you are new to the channel, welcome on board. Please do hit the subscribe button down below as well. We're just working out our performance sort of initialization page, and our reserves are going to be FinRes. Alternate. Okay, 2.5. Cruise winds. It's going to be average wind 304 at 34.
Negative onto the orange line, please.
On the orange line, Osprey 722.
Execute. And N1 limits. So take off 2, climb 2. No, actually, I didn't have a chance, sadly. I did when I spawned in. I thought, ah, oh, good grief, I forgot to do that. All good. I don't mind the statics too much on departure. It's more when you're flying in. It's a pain in the backside if you get one that's got a chuffing great big plane on it. Should take off 1, climb 2 potentially. What's my calculator say here? Yeah, take off profile 1. And then Doc's calculated the NADP stuff. We'll go flaps 5. Sort this out and put the V-speeds in like so. That looks pretty good. And the second page, 1,000, 3,000, 1,000 apparently. Quite a steep climb today.
Vienna ground, Austrian 906 with
so we've done that.
Bravo 5.
We've done POS in it, and we've added in the route so far as well. There's all of our legs. Fast Stein 3 Charlie departure. Make our way over to Greece, the island of Zakynthos. Really nice freeware scenery for that. It's just been updated. Runway wind.
No problem. Skate Foxtrot 11.
360 at 7.
Lima and taxi lane 37.
So crosswind. Takeoff speeds deleted.
Taxi to gate Foxtrot 11 via Echo Lima taxiway 37 Austrian 906.
That's all looking good. Okay, let's look at the nav data then, folks. For our departure, 29. So it's this one here heading off. There's a lot of lines on this. Red Arrow's just doing a fly past at the moment.
No problem, then position slightly.
Heading 291 degrees, left turn, Stein 3 Charlie above 1,000 feet, which is what that first leg is in the FMC there, and then heading south, Whiskey 370, then 160 degrees, climbing up all the way to Stein. Initial climb clearance of 5,000, but then we'll be towards all the mountains, so we've got to be up and clear. There's a warning there, a couple of noise monitoring points, and SIDS crossing through airspace class E up to flight level 125. We're there. Probably expecting Alpha 3 for departure, and that's what we've planned for at the moment. Neil says, show me why I'm climbing too fast. What do I need to do so it doesn't act like a rocket ship? So check. Let's see. All I'd probably say really is check your profiles here. If you're climbing up like an absolute rocket, that's what TO2 is about, and then climb 2 is also reducing your climb speeds as well. So you're not literally just going up like a rocket ship. Climb 2 gives you that nice smoother profile.
438 with you on Bravo 5.
Doc, thought I'd copied it what you put in.
Wind ground south taxi gate Foxtrot 08 via Delta exit 22 and Orange.
Oh, it's the other way around, isn't it? Didn't read the titles. I was just copying what you'd put in Discord. That'll do. Not too fast anyway.
Follow the company traffic.
Departure arrivals, 29.
438.
18 pages of SIDS.
Thank you very much.
There's the Stein 3 Charlie that's active.
Thank you very much,
and there's the legs. So we're going to check to make sure we don't have any discontinuities. We don't. And let's get the legs page up on that one, so that on this one we can go to our takeoff performance page, 6.971. David, good afternoon. Ashley, good afternoon. Doc on board. Welcome to you. And who else have we got in the live chat whilst I... 6.71, I'll just set this. About that. And Gav, Yoep, welcome folks. Craig J, good afternoon. Dursey 2 and Matthew F, welcome on board folks. Good to have you with us, and everyone else in the live chat as well. We've got to get our departure stuff. Our clearance. Ishment 1104.
Continuing left, Austrian 906.
And our ATIS information here today is Papa. Green ground, good afternoon. Austrian 9015, Boeing 737 on stand Foxtrot 03 with Papa, request Alpha 2 Zakynthos.
For 9015, incoming standby.
Roger.
Austrian 906, the next left onto Lima, please.
QNH, make sure we set that. What have we got here?
Lima. Austrian
QNH 1020, that is set.
Give way to the Austrian A320.
Got to make sure I've got our data set. We've set 291 while we're here waiting.
Austrian 438, no worries.
Austrian 9015, information Papa current, Euclid Zakynthos, Stein 3 Charlie departure route, climb initially 5,000, speed squawk 4620.
Euclid Zakynthos, Stein 3 Charlie departure, initial climb 5,000 and squawk 4620, Austrian 9015.
Austrian 9015, read the correct report and ready for push and start.
136, 146, plus 10. 5,000 for the initial climb, that's set, and let's just refer to
apologies for
my checklist. Parking brakes set. Battery standby, power on, it's already done there, all else required, and Checks are all complete as well. Hydraulic pumps are on. We'll check the yaw damper is on in the overhead. It's not. It's turned itself off. There we go. That's back on. High pumps are on. APU's on with gen on as well, and it is generating power. And we are using the APU at the moment instead of ground power. What else do we need to think about? PAX auto, it's fine, and set FMC obtain clearance, that's done. Altimeter set, transponder set. That's down here, and it was 46.
Right on to taxi lane 35,
2
Foxtrot 11,
0. Fueling, loading, boarding complete, and the takeoff data is complete as well. Let's go to the menu, and we'll go to FS Actions, Ground Surfaces, Ground Power Release, and Stairs Release. We've got the tug. Max, welcome. Just came from Big Tech TV streaming the Jubilee flyover. So jealous of the RAF you guys have. That was amazing. Yeah, it's rather spectacle, isn't it? Very, very impressive. Always a good show. Fleet Air Arm as well from the Royal Navy involved. And I'd imagine British Army with some Apaches, but I've not seen that yet. I've caught bits of it. Grab that, there's an Osprey. Okay, that looks pretty good. Return. So fuel, ground services, ground maintenance, pushback then. Chocks are set at the moment. I don't really know how to use this. Push style straight out. Standard L, right turn. Dot the I. Cross the T. I don't know what any of this is. Self-drive tug. I think that's rudder pedals, isn't it? But it could be an absolute mess if I don't get this right. TPX 200 for the tug. We'll go with that, little one.
Vienna Grand, Osprey 722, request taxi.
Osprey 722, taxi on runway 29 via Viscount Mike.
Taxi runway 29.
SB set. Flight directors 1 and 2 go on. Radios, frequency set. Doors closed. Ground equipment's clear. Chocks away and request push start clearance now. We need the landing altitude pressure panel. That's going to be 50. Austrian 9015 stand Foxtrot 03. Request push start.
Oscar 9015. Roger, stand by. There's traffic behind you.
Wilco, Austrian 9015.
Eurowings 585, request push to start.
Eurowings 585, pushback approved onto the blue line.
Pushback approved onto blue, Eurowings 585.
Cool. They are this side of the aeroplane. There we are, the star.
9015 after the Austrian A320 behind you has passed push and set approved facing east.
Vienna Ground, can you tell me, is that a static aircraft in Fox 11 or is that traffic?
Who knows?
It's a static aircraft.
Brilliant. Gaya.
Do you think I could go Fox 27?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just waiting for pushback and start clearance now. And the checklist is ready, so it's going to be pumps on as required. 1, 2, 3. Packs go off. Isolation valve is open and APU bleed is on. And then it's going to be ignition mode start selector switch. So we are all ready to go. Ah, BIGLO pilot. Well, you could always join us from a... Push start prove east, Austrian 9015. The distance to taxi line says 295, and I don't know if it is actually calculated that correctly. But we're going for the self-drive tug, so how do we even start it? I don't know. Tug goes left 90 degrees. I'm going to put like...
Osprey 490, Mont, Innicomont 2.8, Servus.
I'm going to put 200. I don't know what the distance is. What could possibly go wrong? Let's just start pushback and just watch this. Interesting.
Copy that, ready for push tail right. Release brake brake, please.
There we go. Just refreshing it. That's Robert Randazzo, I believe.
Brakes released.
Red thread, toolbar pushback has been removed from my community folder because of the Phoenix issues. They tell you not to use it.
Brakes released, here we go.
Frustratingly, that means that I then forgot to add it back in for today, which is quite frustrating. This is the first time using PMDG's pushback. There's the N2. Fuel control lever goes to run. Toolbar pushback works absolutely fine for me, Beeline, with the PMDG 737, but they tell you to not use it for the Phoenix A320, so yeah. Oh, goodness me.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Cockpit to ground.
I should have read turn nose right. I've cocked that up. Whoopsie.
We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want
This is
the
why I
tail to our
like
left.
the toolbar pushback. You've got the map, you click the plane, you know where it's going, you click enter, job done.
Brake brake, please.
None of this absolute chaos.
Brakes released.
Oh, look at that, I've made it a right mess. Yeah, Neil, it will do, but I can't actually change the figure.
Brakes released, here we go.
Ah, for goodness sake. Just want to self-drive. I don't know how to drive it. Oh. How'd you turn it? No, it's doing its own thing still. How'd you even drive this thing? I'm using the yoke to self-drive it, but... I'm using rudder pedals. I have absolutely no idea. It's just going one direction. You know what? It's already an absolute cock up. Let's just keep it going. We've already made a mess of it. We've already embarrassed ourselves. What more could happen to make it look more stupid? At least we'll have pushed and started facing the correct direction in the end. That'll do us, I think. Bloody hell. Problem is, how'd you get rid of the tug? Done. Oh my god, that was stressful. Anyway, that's number 5. Engine 1 and 2 are stable. We want to... There, we've gone back to automatic. We want engine bleeds on. Right back. Isolation valve. Oops. Recirc fan. Probes. Gens 1 and 2. APU bleed off. APU off. Flaps set 5, elevator trim is set as required, and we're going to do control surface checks for full and free. Engine switch check down our VNAV arms as required. We'll arm both of those, and the auto thrust system goes on auto brake RTO. Austrian 9015, request taxi.
Austrian 9015, taxi on contact runway 29 Gaya Vienna, Mike.
Taxi point runway 29 of our whiskey and Mike Austrian 9015. Taxi lights on. Such a great aeroplane this is.
Eurowings 585, ready for a taxi.
Eurowings 585, taxi on contact runway 29
Yeah, actually, exactly, yeah.
Mike.
Doc, I wasn't controlling the turning at all. Really bizarre. I tried rudders, I tried steering the yoke with the ailerons as well. I was able to go forwards and backwards, that was it though. Anyway, there we go. Let's start the safety demonstration. The Luke Air tool.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention for the international safety regulations. Please remove your earphones for this important announcement.
David's airborne, good stuff.
Das Flugzeug hat 6 Notausgänge. 2 befinden sich im vorderen Bereich, 2 über den Tragflächen und 2 im hinteren Bereich der Kabine. Wir sind als Exit gekennzeichnet. Leuchtmarkierungen führen zu diesen Ausgängen.
Our aircraft has 6 emergency exits. 2 in the front, 2 over the wings, and 2 in the rear cabin. They are marked as exit.
Where is
Illuminated
the
strips
bloody
on the floor
taxi
lead to
charts
these
here?
exits.
Got separate taxi charts, I think. Taxi restrictions. Whiskey and Mike.
Durch Aufklappen des oberen Teils können Sie den Gurt wieder öffnen. Da unerwartet Turbulenzen auftreten können, sind Sie verpflichtet, sich anzuschnallen, sobald Sie Ihren Sitzplatz eingenommen haben. Dies gilt auch dann, wenn die Anschnallzeichen ausgeschaltet sind.
Your seat is equipped with a seat belt. To close the belt, fit the 2 ends together. To open it, lift the upper part of the buckle. As turbulence can occur at any time, you are required to have your seat belt
Actually, I thought as much, yes.
This also applies when the seat belt signs are switched off.
Didn't quite happen for me though.
Unser Flugzeug ist mit Sauerstoffmasken ausgerüstet, die sich wie während des
You know, it's the first time I've used it. We're discovering things as we go, and it just takes a bit of getting used to these things.
Drücken Sie die Öffnung auf Nase und Mund.
Well, I can't really even see whiskey except for it being right off down the end.
Legen Sie zuerst Ihre eigene Maske an. Anschließend helfen Sie Kindern und anderen Passagieren.
In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the panel above.
Zeto, he's probably just me.
Pull down the mask from the retainer.
He's usually user error for these
Cover
things.
your nose and mouth with the mask and secure it by pulling the elastic strap over your head. Put on your own mask before assisting children and other passengers.
Ihre Schwimmweste finden Sie unter Ihrem Sitz. Nur auf unsere Anweisung hin nehmen Sie diese hervor. Öffnen Sie die Verpackung und ziehen Sie die Weste über Ihren Kopf. Vergewissern Sie sich, dass sich das rote Mundstück vorne befindet. Schließen Sie das Band vorne und ziehen Sie es fest.
A life vest is located under your seat. Upon order from the crew, take the life vest out.
We've calculated for Alpha 3, so let's use Alpha 3.
Make sure that the red inflation tube is facing forward. Pass the strap around your waist. Fasten it at the front and pull it tight.
Delta Tango, yeah, 0.1.5 for the Just Flight 146 came out yesterday. Very exciting, great aeroplane. They've put the Luke-proof gear extension extra click spot.
Upon leaving the aircraft through the emergency exit, pull the red tag to
Perfect
inflate
change
the
crew,
vest.
Austrian 9015, thanks to the
If
ATC.
necessary, the life vest can be inflated by blowing into the red tube. Cross your arms in front of your life vest.
Alle Sicherheitsanweisungen finden Sie auch auf der Karte in Ihrem Sitzbereich.
For further information, please read the safety instructions card by your seat.
Bitte verstauen Sie Ihr Handgepäck im Gepäckfach über Ihnen oder unter dem Vordersitz. Wenn Sie in der ersten Sitzreihe oder bei
Okay, so we're just waiting for cabin secure.
verstauen Sie Ihr Gepäck nur in den Gepäckfächern. Falls Sie Handgepäck aus den Fächern über Ihnen herausnehmen möchten, achten Sie bitte darauf.
So that's all set. Fuel flow, reset, rates.
Bitte beachten Sie das allgemeine
These speeds have been
Rauchverbot
checked.
Dies gilt auch für elektronische Zigaretten. Schalten Sie Ihr Mobiltelefon und elektronische Geräte mit Sendefunktion
And V2 plus 10 set as well. MCP nav data and radios are all checked. They're set as required for this. And we're going to put TARA on. Terrain. Traffic.
Stow your carry-on baggage in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. If you are seated in
my turn lights
a
off.
row or in an emergency exit row, stow your carry-on baggage in the overhead bins only.
We've got to wait for the safety
Please
demo.
be careful when opening the overhead bins, as items might fall out. In case of an emergency, you must leave all your carry-on baggage on board. Smoking is not permitted at any time. This also includes electronic cigarettes. All electronic devices with a transmitting function must be switched off or turned to flight mode. The transmitting function must remain deactivated during the entire flight.
Crikey. A line when it said a long safety demonstration. Right, let's do a quick recall of the master caution, master warning boxes. Let's close this. That is everything now, so we just literally are waiting for the crew. There we go, the safety demonstration to finish. Give them the chimes, part break off. Actually, it was Qantas, I think. It's like a whole storybook. Vienna traffic, Austrian 9015, Alpha 3, lining up runway 29er, taking off STEIN 3 Charlie departure. Vienna traffic. In traffic. Landing lights on, boss light, strobe steady. And that is all of our pre-takeoff departures checks and everything else done. Don't worry about the clock. You know what? Let's hit it anyway. Red threads. The safety demonstration. Sorry, your question about.
Vienna traffic, you're range 585, lining up behind the Austrian.
What frames I get?
9015
Over
on
35
runway
frames, but I lock my sim to 35. Okay, let's set 40. Stable. Toga. Push the nose down.
Airspeed's alive.
Don't know about Skylon.
80 knots.
Get that nose wheel pressure off. A little bit of stick into wind. Rotate.
Speed 2. Positive
Follow the
rate
flight
5.
directions, or the flight director. Gear up. Oh yes. Just keep an eye on this here. It's MTA on. Let it sort itself out now. And we're airborne. Quick check on V pilots. Can't see anybody else. We will continue climb. Set 12 for now. Auto brake off. Landing gear off. Flaps will retract as appropriate. We're not at the acceleration phase yet, so we're holding flap 5. But we can turn the runway turn-off lights off. And away we go, folks. What have we got here? There we go, for some beautiful cabin views. Code, it's in the description, buddy. About an hour, 45 minutes long, roughly, for our flight time today.
Yeah, the traffic here rings 585. Take
Hey, coming up to the 1.
On the STEIN 3 Charlie.
Let's retract the flaps. What have we got here? There we go. Accelerating away. Jim, have I checked out the latest version of the Phoenix? No, not today. I've just downloaded it today, actually, pre-stream. What an interesting departure this is. A couple of kinks in it. Keep smashing that like button, folks, as well. 120 watching, only 31 likes. Come on, folks. If you are enjoying it, give us the thumbs up. Always appreciated. Nick, is there another FSU IPC update? When was it released? I've got the one from about 3 weeks ago, I think. Which certainly seemed a lot more stable. This livery, by the way, is on flightsim.to. Cheers, Nick. Good man. I'm Cody Goes Zakynthos. Wow. I've never been. It's anti, isn't it, as we know it? VNAV's on. Blown up. The Jubilee fly past was remarkable, wasn't it? Climbing nice and quick. We'll keep going all the way up to 270. Red had not tried it yet, no. We've not been in the 737 for a couple of days, and this is my favourite, so we're enjoying that today. The Just Flight 146 update was absolutely phenomenal. What they've done, they've pretty much created a brand new aircraft, which is quite cool. That's all good, that's all done. Through transition to standard. That's standard, and the FOs is standard as well. Through 10,000, landing lights go off. We're just going to check the cabin pressurization is pressurizing normally. Flaps are 0 and no green as well. I forgot to sort of do that a minute ago. And that's it. Seatbelt signs on auto, as required. Matthew, it's sort of old school flight number style. So if your flight number was, I don't know, 123, you can set 123 in the box here. But I just set 007 today, because our call sign is Austrian 9015. I could select 015 like that, so I've got a bit of a reminder of sorts. I've just got to remember the 9er then. A bit of an interesting approach this into Zakynthos, yep. A lot of the Greek islands tend to be quite interesting to fly in and out of in the sim. It's a VOR approach that we're going to be doing. Neil. Yes. Yeah, we don't like hypoxia, do we? Certainly don't want to revert to oxygen if we can help it. at that. Awesome. We're tracking the flight on Volanta, but also landing rate monitor today as well, of course, so we get the pop-up when we do touchdown with our landing rating. Blue, hello. No, I've not seen the LOL scenery. Ah, there's an update 30th of May, 7.3.6, so I've got FSU IPC 7 version 7.3.5. Peter, welcome, buddy. Good to have you here today. I haven't tried any PMDG separate mouse handling, no. Well, I wonder if maybe the mouse might have been the controller for my pushback. Now I think about it. Either way, probably one of the sloppiest pushbacks I've done in a long time. You should have read the box, it said nose steer, and I took it for which way this tug is going to need to turn. Should have kept it on right. Nose to the right. Which is exactly what it said, and I changed it. I can't help myself. I like to break things, you guys know this. I like to click things and break things, and it's all good. Plane still works. We have begun planning for the 20,000 subscriber special. If we do reach that, hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll be running some giveaways and a nice group flight stream as well. Be different to the usual group flights. I think this time we'll probably do it on VATSIM, and we'll probably do some airliners, 737 versus A320 or something like that, and we will all fly a little route or a selection of routes. Zeta, nice. Yeah, oh, it's a lovely package, this. And don't forget as well, it's due to be updated very soon as well. PMDG are cooking on gas with a new update. And it's going to just sort of tweak a bit of coding, and it's going to allow pop-up displays, so you can pop out the displays as well, thanks to the folks at Aerosoft who have helped them out, so getting that sorted as well. And then it won't be too long before we are going to start seeing the PMDG 737-700 appear. Followed by then the 800 around August time. And around then I'd like to think we'll have the new PMDG EFB installed too. Really confused as to why YouTube started a random thing off to, random stream today with just a default title. Very bizarre. Obama, hopefully EFB sometime soon. Indeed. Zeta says pop-up displays are a must. You know what? I've never used them. In aeroplanes that you can pop out, I've got no interest in using them. I get, yeah, some people will have different displays. I have another monitor, for example, where they want to put everything into, but whenever I've tried pop-out displays with the A32NX or something similar, I end up getting my frames go through the floor. So I just don't bother with any of them, to be honest. DC's enjoying some performance upgrades on the Phoenix. Yeah, good to hear, because it was quite intense, wasn't it, on performance? Wasn't ideal. Certainly wasn't anywhere near PMDG levels of optimization, that's for sure. It'd be interesting to compare the two to see what they're now like against each other. So our route today is going to take us out of Austrian airspace, and we're going to be heading over Hungarian airspace shortly. In fact, we are now in Hungarian airspace before heading over Croatia, and then Bosnia-Herzegovina, just passing west of Sarajevo, west past Podgorica, and Albanian airspace briefly before we then go over Corfu, heading down into our descent for approach into Zakynthos. All the links, as always, are in the description, so if you do want to get your hands on the PMDG 737, if you've not done so already, or indeed either of the scenery shown today, Gaya Vienna, which we departed from, or the Freeware Zakynthos, or even the Austrian Airlines 737 livery that we're using today, you will find them in the description. Wesley dropped a super chat earlier on. Thank you very much. I think it was on the bugged out stream that I wasn't actually watching, so thank you very much, Wesley. Appreciate that. Letting me know that the stream is on, but I couldn't see it on my end, bizarrely. I just saw a pop-up on Discord say that I was live streaming. I had no idea. This is the second thing I've broken today then with the pushback tug. What it did allow me to do though is have another minute watching the fly past. Night Shepherd's looking forward to the 800, a couple of people looking forward to the 600 as well, and the EFB. It'd be quite interesting to see what the new version PMDG 737 EFB is going to look like, and they've said it's going to become the architecture for their 777 and the 747 as well. Nick, must say, British Airways, you've certainly opened my eyes to route pairings and new sceneries that wouldn't have otherwise considered. That's good to hear. Cody says I think the payware Zakynthos is worth it. It's very realistic. Interesting. Have you ever tried the freeware version? Quite interesting to see what you think. When you compare the two, if you see that, or when you see that. This trip, by the way, I think it's part of our Osprey Airways Airline Achievements Greek Islands tour. Let's have a little look. Yep, Zakynthos is one of those. So if you tick off Skiathos, Mykonos, Samos, Corfu, Zakynthos, Santorini, Kos, Heraklion, Thessaloniki and Athens, 10 legs, it will unlock the Greek Islands tour achievement, the multi-achievement via Osprey Airways and FS Hub. We are working on an Australian tour at the moment as well for you guys to go and enjoy. Peter, exactly. Absolutely wonderful part of the world to fly around in the sim. 32's looking forward to the Indibuilds A310, but I'd like to say there we've not had an update on that for quite some time. I was speaking to them on email the other day. They said progress is still going nicely, but yeah, they've not really got anything. They're not in a position to share very much at the moment. I think they're waiting for something juicy. Don in Ireland, good morning. Good afternoon even. Zeta, yes, the horizontal stabilizer vibrations and the way the airframe is kind of alive, isn't it? It's very nice to see, very realistically made. Nick, yeah, good news. PMDG will be bringing the 747 to Microsoft Flight Simulator. That is on their product timeline. I think it's after the 747, sorry, after the 777, I think. Does too, yeah. Usually the developers will need somebody at the airfield to assist them with a lot of real imagery and advice and other bits to just to really help them make it really accurate. Burning Blue Design, for example, ended up with a couple of contacts at Denham who helped create it in a very true-to-life fashion, which is why it's such a good representation of the airport, or the airfield, I should say. Andrew, hello to you. There is no updates for the A22X, the Synaptic Simulations A220. I think it's a very, very long way off, to be totally honest with you. 1,000 to go. Just keep the heading mode updated. There's the C chord. Oh, Nick, absolutely. It's a great time to be a flight simmer, isn't it? Cabin pressure looking fairly settled. Cabin's full, but fuel load is a bit light. 5.8 tons. There's the cruise. Make sure we've aligned it with the horizon there. Look at that, it's so warm. Oh no, we do have contrails. This is such an incredible add-on for MSFS. I never thought, actually, and I've said it before, I've never flown on a 737 in real life. I always thought they were quite trashy sort of airliners. Very old school and all that sort of stuff, but I didn't consider how fantastic it would be in a flight simulator to be able to operate one. And it is grown incredibly quickly to become my favourite. Something about the old school clash with the modern flight deck as well makes it really, really quite enjoyable, and a very immersive experience as well. Plus it looks cool, looks really cool. It gives you something more to think of than just autopilot on, put your feet back. You've got to keep an eye on it. Cody, nope. Never flown on a 737. I don't fly Ryanair. And British Airways don't operate the 73. Shadowbox, hello buddy. So, if I could only get one aircraft between the BA 146, the PMDG 737, or the Mad Dog X, do you have a suggestion? I think of the Fenix A320 as well, but I want to get board of the Firebower A320 first, which is quite cool. Cody, nope. Last time I flew Thompson, when I worked for them, and they only operated the 757s out of Bristol. I think Shadowbox, I think I'd rule off the Mad Dog X straight away. I wouldn't bother with that. It's very expensive for what it is, and there's a lot of rough edges to it, and a lot of things that need improvement. For €90 for me in the UK, I think it's an unfortunately overpriced, steep sort of price tag that they're asking. Cosmo Christopher, welcome. I think if you were looking at 737 and you weren't bothered about the types, so the 737-700, which is the one we're in at the moment, you weren't that bothered in waiting for the 800 variant, then I think this is probably your best option. But the Just Flight 146 is incredible as well. So if you would rather have this 737-800, then get the 146 now and the 800 later. Robot, PMDG 737 for me. Andrew, I did, yeah, I was reading that yesterday. 2 A330 Italian pilots, they fell asleep both at the same time on board the aircraft for about 10 minutes. Really, really pretty bad, isn't it? Nick, wow, old school 737-200, flown in that when you were flying internally around Morocco. Whew. Flying Shed, I think was its nickname, wasn't it? The 737, is that still called the Flying Shed? I'm not sure. David, loving the Max. Like to see that someday in the sim. Yeah, so I think this time next year, actually, I'd probably say maybe Christmas 2023 going into 2024. I think that's probably the time where we might see the PMDG 737 Maxes start to appear. Look at that scenery down there, it's remarkably cool. Dirty 2, mad one. Does she know which aircraft? Maybe we can find them on flight radar and backtrack. Wonder if it was an Airprox. Or was it more the formation flights going on in relation to the Jubilee? Cody, A321, A320, A319, 747-400. Both sets of 777s. A380, I was crew on that for a little while. 757-200, the 767-200 and 300 back in the day of Britannia Airways. What else have I been on? You know, I think that's it. Hiram, when will the A380 be out? Quite a few years. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it until 2023 if I'm totally honest with you. There's videos out there pretending or making it sound like it's coming out sooner than it is, but you know, to create an A380 is a huge undertaking for a voluntary team. So whilst there is progress, there's nothing really that's enough reason to give people a lot of hope that it's coming imminently, because it's not. Sam, Typhoon's lovely. Great aircraft. Had a look, it was an RAF Voyager and Globemaster taking part in the Jubilee. Oh, that's incredibly cool. They never overfly where I live, sadly. There's a low flying zone to the north and to the west/south going past Heathrow, but yeah. Cody, what about airports? I've been to tons of airports, absolutely tons of airports. So long, I'd spend quite some time not only trying to think about them, but also listing them. But I've gone as far as Tokyo and Seoul, to Japan, South Korea, all the way to the other side, to the west coast of the US, San Diego. I've been to Rio de Janeiro. I've been many places. Ron, hello. Is the how do you mean, buddy? Is the 800 come as a new buy product, or do they the same as Just Fly product? How do you mean? Do you mean is the 737-800 going to be released as a separate product on its own that you then have to pay for it as extra? If that's what you mean, then yes, it'll be a separate product. So if you have the 700 like we do at the moment, you'll then have to buy the 800 as a new product and a new aircraft, because it'll be completely separate. Nick, there will be a CRJ update coming soon, yes. I think they're waiting, like a lot of other developers, for the weather data and things like that to be released by Asobo, so they can actually put weather radars into the aircraft that mimic that of the real aircraft in real life. Crosswind into Heraklion, or a very slight crosswind. Not into Heraklion, sorry, Zakynthos. And it's suggesting auto brake 3 for us. Bastion, wow, I've been on some proper old jets. Robot so it's got a list there of some aircraft you'd like to see. The A310, that's coming from any builds. The A300 or the 747-200 or 400. I'd love to see a 747-400, get the old bird back, the old Queen of the Skies. My most anticipated aircraft that would be on my wish list, if you like, that I really want to see in a very good level of detail would probably be a 757-200. And I think, am I right in saying the 757-200 never had an auto throttle beyond climb? I'm trying to think now off the top of my head, but I think I distinctly remember the pilots when I was at Thompson fiddling around and dropping the M1 by 1% or so just to manage the speed during cruise. Marcus, yeah, the other PMDG variants would have similar flight decks, but the 800 has got some upgraded avionics. It's obviously a bit longer as well, it's heavier. The engines got a different rating onto them as well. And in that sense, the inertia that the aeroplane would experience would be slightly different as well. So the way it reacts to control inputs and everything like that. I've been on a C-17. AR simulations apply to join Osprey Airways. Awesome. Let me have a look. Sadly, I have to manually approve each one, so I can, especially if I'm streaming and people apply, I can lose track. But let me have a little look here, see if I can find it. There it is. Done. Bastion would like to see study level A321neo, 330 neos and A350. A350-1000 would be a lovely variant to have in the sim, wouldn't it? What have we got? Wing views. What's out in the world below? Hello. Big nose. Almost 100 likes. Thanks, guys. It's great. Have a little look at our approach. We'll clear some of these Navigraph screens. We don't need Vienna anymore. And there's our progress now, almost at the halfway point. In effect, what we're going to be doing is flying over Kefalonia. So we're going to pass Corfu first, then down Kefalonia, past the Kefalina VOR. Then we're going to be inbound. Oh, actually, hold on. That's the wrong approach. Stand by. There we go. So LATAM ASTUS, then we're going to be on the ASTUS to Juliet arrival, which is this flying an arc. It's actually a double arc, so if you look there on the charts. From ASTUS, we're going to fly a 25 DME arc around the Kefalonia VOR, 115.5. We'll continue all the way around to 30 DME from Zakynthos, 110.8, and at that point we're going to step in from the 25 DME arc from KFN. We're going to fly inbound direct towards the airfield at 086 degrees, which is an outbound radial 266 from the Zakynthos VOR, up to 14 DME, and then we're going to turn right to fly a 12 DME arc to come into final approach via LGZA onto the VOR runway 13. So that's what that looks like on a bit of a zoomed in a zoomed in sense, ignoring of course ASTUS 2 Juliet, ignoring the first bit on the charts for the VOR. Academy, let's just have a quick look here. 14 DME, so kind of in the middle here, in line with the airfield, where what sort of the hand is, if you like, or the cursor. Right about there, it's about 14 miles. We're going to be turning on to intercept this 12 DME arc past Academy. So this first bit via Raketto, we're going to ignore that because we're going to intercept from in the actual approach. And then we're going to head into 12 DME 340 degrees to intercept the VOR approach inbound to the runway at Zakynthos. There's the minimums, 800 feet. And that's CFDA, which is allowing for an additional 50 feet for go around that's already calculated and added into the figure there. So if it wasn't CFDA, it'd probably say 750, 700 feet. It's a fairly short runway, 2,228 meters total length. A couple of little turning spots at the top end, so there's 3 in fact for us to use. We might need to use some of them. Hopefully we can achieve the first one to head back and vacate Alpha 3 if our separation gets a bit bunched up by then. But we're not expecting any sort of significant weather changes at Zakynthos. Currently the weather is 020 degrees at 6 knots, clouds, ceiling and visibility is okay. And the temperature's 34 degrees Celsius, which is insanely hot, really hot. Dew point plus 15. And a QNH 1012. John, hello buddy, we need more Osprey pilots, having to hire Alpha. Yeah, I know, yeah, I've seen a couple, haven't we? We've had a few cheeky flights across different creator VAs. Harry's just done a go around at Lanzarote. Marcus, fantastic. I have with the Fly-by-Wire A32NX, though a much earlier version to what we enjoy now from Fly-by-Wire, but I have done a tutorial on the this specific approach, in fact, I think, from memory. Or is it this one? No, it's not this one actually, it's Corfu. It's got a very similar step-in approach with a double VOR DME arc sort of thing. But the LNAV should do it for us. VOR DME runway 34. ASTUS 2 Juliet. Kariaketo or LGZA. Zach. So it's not Zach. Caddy is IAF only for ASTUS 2 Foxtrot. We'll select a LGZA. Execute. We'll go to plan mode. We'll just have a little look. So we'll press the step button here to step through the route. That's Corfu, Burgu, ASTUS. Yep, so Latan followed by ASTUS, then there's a discontinuity, so let's clear that. Sorry, we don't want to delete that, we want to put LATAN. Forget, I'm in the Boeing now. Why is that looking so messy? Okay, we want to get rid of LATAM then. There we go, much neater. So now if we zoom in, we can see it's going to fly this DME arc. So ASTUS, Kefalonia 27, so that's the 27 mile DME arc that we're then going to enter round to ASTUS again. God, we have to pop this right up, aren't we? In effect, I'm not really sure what the aeroplane's going to want to do in this instance, I think. Let's just scroll out. That looks a bit more reasonable. A little wiggle at the start, though, where it's not really sure what it might want to do. But that's looking fine. So, ASTUS. In fact, we want to clear ASTUS, that's why. Bypass, Kefalonia 27. What's that one there? Just working out some stuff visually in my head. Or in my head. I think we need to delete KFN 27. AF01. That's actually above what we want. Okay, there we go. That's looking neater now. So if we zoom out, there's the first DME arc. There. And we can step through it. This is why you've always got to check your stars. Then we go to Zakynthos 30, which is there, and then we head inbound towards the airfield and then step down to the second DME arc. So we can stay on LNAV in this instance. And then fly all the way around. Up to Latin. Where is it? Sorry, not Latin. There's a caddy. We don't want that. Litzy, there we go. So we zoom into Litzy and then we can see the actual approach. There's a hold at Litzy if we need it. There we are. And then there's all that missed approach stuff as well. Omar, there is a hood, yes. I don't really use them though. I find them quite distracting at the best of times. There's a double Litzy there as well. Omar, you only need to ask once though, buddy. We can read the chat. CD34. Litzy. CD34. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, because we've got Litzy, hold at Litzy, CD34, Litzy. Don't want CD34 either. Let's clear that. I'll be on manual mode by then anyway, because it looks like it's all a little bit of a mess there for this, so... Cool. Let's back it up. Probably 6:30. As we go 3:20, we've got, wow, 3 TCAS warnings ahead of us, and then we've got Burgo up ahead. How far away are those aeroplanes then? We've got one over here, which is level. Can't see him. Perhaps a little too far out. And then we've got one the opposite side as well. But again, he'll be too far out. Marcus, that's just the LNAV trying to sort of dynamically work out based on your speed where it wants to go. I wouldn't worry about it flickering or moving or winding around too much. Gone, lovely. Thankfully, it doesn't put the garlic bread on the map either. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Index, approach. So what we can do is estimate our approach stuff as well. Omar, it's in the click menu and then PMDG options. It's called HGS fitted, and then you click yes. Where are we here? Landing weights 56.3. But actually we departed a bit heavier, so we're going to go 56.9. And there's our V-speeds. So we will copy flat 30 in, flat speed in there, job done. Let's put some fixed rings in as well. Let's keep it neat. Litzi's at 7. I'll put the 12 DME arc in. I'll put that as a fixed ring. Zach. ZAK. Then I'll put one again in at 7, which is where Litzy is. That'll do. Landing elevation is going to be 50, flap 30. And it reckons auto brake 3. Bakazato, you could always potentially use flap 40. Everybody's got bolognese. Not sure what we're going to have tonight. Oh, look at that. Lovely jubbly. Coast is coming up as well. %47% of the way there now. Oh, that is with flat 40s, Bakazato. Good grief. Are you flying after? Are you landing after me or before me? Because if you're landing after, it'll be quite an interesting one to spot. As the fire trucks scramble for the overrun. How's the conga line in Balanta? Let's have a little look. How are we doing? Make sure I've added the screenshots that I've taken throughout today as we fly along. So the back is... Oh, there's aviation simulation. He's flying along as well, TDR 322. Zakynthos, he's a little further behind. We've got Easy 2, no, he's not going to us. Bakazato's showing behind me. Not sure if he is or not. Who else we got? Got Gav, Osprey 722. Up ahead, he's over, he's just west of Podgorica at the moment, and Osprey 919, though he's flying offline. David, Osprey 490, he's already over the water, near Tirana. There's our route for today. Little magenta line all the way across Central Europe. Jalampos, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing. Rusty C as well, and Simon, welcome on board to the channel. If you've not yet subscribed, do press the button. We're chasing 20,000 subscribers at the moment, and once we hit that, we'll do a little giveaway. Actually, wow. Mid-Atlantic, I'm guessing you're in the BBJ then, right? was a weird illusion then. I thought we were pitching up, which is really strange. It threw me off a little bit. Thinking, good grief, we're going to stall. Ah, John, yes, the famous M6 Spaghetti Junction. Arco, we're flying 100 miles east of your hometown, Mostar. Very nice. Oh, actually, yeah, you departed Glasgow, I think, didn't you? I remember seeing in Discord. Was it Glasgow? So that's Bakazato then. He's 50, no, yeah, about 14, 13 miles ahead. Look at that. Such a cool coastline feature to fly down this. J-Bay, good afternoon. It's quite interesting to see what the PMDG 737-600 is going to be like and how it's going to behave. It's quite stubby, isn't it? And quite a bit lighter. I think some of the tech perhaps a little bit more old school. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. I think there's been talk that there's going to be a wingless, or sort of there's going to be no sharklets, no blended wing or anything like that. It's just going to be the old stubby style straight wings with no aerodynamic improvements to it. Maxato's on the parking brake, max auto brake for landing, max reverse thrust hopefully as well, unless you get the trigger that all of a sudden you get auto reverse, you get reverse thrust failure. We took off 49 minutes ago, apparently, according to the clock. Bakazato, I'm not sure who that is. Belanta is a couple of minutes behind me, so... Oh, you know what? That's easy 2361. He's already crossed our track. Nice, yeah. So I didn't know that. So be some good 600 variant old school ops around Europe then in that case as well. Right. There'll be no sleeping in this flight deck. Fuel's looking good. PITAS asking, what do you think about the wing flex? Do you think it's accurate? So, as I was saying earlier, I've never flown on board a 737 before. But I've seen it from the outside during ground taxi. I think it's pretty good. Certainly the way the airframe vibrates on the ground, the horizontal stabilizers on the tail especially, very, very, very accurate indeed. Cyber, welcome. Just had a bing bong from VATSIM supervisors saying that there is a event, well not an event, a controller examination, practical exam on at Gatwick at the moment for the next couple of hours. Elliot, very good, thanks. Hope you're okay. Quite a hot day today, isn't it? Remarkable coastline. You know what we've not done for a little while? We haven't done any ops in and out of, in or out of the Fly Tampa Athens. Perhaps that'll be on the cards the next few days. Question is, tomorrow, what shall we do? In fact, let's set up a poll. And then everybody can choose. Michael, still not delivered the update yet. They're adding a few of the bits and working a few of the little bits done to finish it all off effectively. There you go, there's a poll live now. You guys get to choose, those of you watching today. If you've subscribed, I think you'll be able to vote. And then you can choose tomorrow's aeroplane of choice. And then from there we'll build a route. So those of you who are our channel members, bronze, silver, gold, channel members, frequent flyers, will be able to sort the route out in the lounge. So if you've got any suggestions, do drop it in there in the club lounge and Discord. Still waiting for Taxi to finish the Osprey Airways Phoenix A320 livery. We'll do the 146 next week. We've done a couple of flights with that, so I need to kind of spread the love out a little bit. JBay, yeah. There's a club lounge on Discord. Every time somebody joins, I do remind you. You need to set in Discord. You need to set your user account to be linked with your YouTube account, and then what it will do is it will automatically give you access into the club lounge. Yeah, everybody watching, stick a vote in. PMDG 737 or Phoenix A320 tomorrow, and then we'll just pick a route from there based on whichever wins. Oh, very nice, John. Very patriotic. Jubilee street party, I hope. You know what I forgot to order? Scones, clotted cream and jam. Hey, the Night Shepherd, welcome buddy, thanks for joining. Bronze frequent flyer status, welcome aboard. Thanks for upgrading. Green tea, Nick. Indeed. 50-50. Oh, Night Shepherd, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Look at that, such a cool aeroplane. Ultimate immersive experience. That EasyJet's gone off that way. Just update the heading bug, keep it There's Kirkara, followed by top of descent not long after that. There you go, top of descent at Burgu, lovely. So that's usually pretty good. What we can do is have a little look at the nav data to make sure that everything is looking pretty accurate. ASTUS. That's showing flight level 270, 257, 213. What other altitude targets do we have here? Jaga Caddy 3946, Litsi 2263. So if I go to the VOR, Litsi 2200. Flash says the PMDG is such a joy to fly, very detailed, fantastic, great performance and handles like a dream. Can't wait for the 800, 900. Yeah, it's going to be great, isn't it? Need to change Litsi. Andy, welcome buddy, thank you very much. Joining as a silver frequent flyer, welcome to the family. 2200, let's just make sure that is updated properly. It might recalculate the the VNAV path for the rest of it here. Don't think we want to, I think we want to be at a caddy around Oh, John, very cool. That's very unique for a street party. I think I'm going to call it a caddy at 180. And set 3000. That's more reasonable on speed, isn't it? And that should have recalculated everything else. Zach 30. Oh, it's figuring it out. Good aeroplane. Hey, lovely. Athens radar online. Love it. Thank you, Lincoln. Athens radar. Andy, very good, thank you very much. Nice to be back in the 737. Always enjoyable to fly this. Where does Athens radar come into view? It's at PITAS. Just ever so slightly north of Corfu when it comes in. Night Shepherd. Make the most of those emojis. Especially my favourite, pea soup. None of that today though, no pea soup here. All clear skies and good visibility. Look at that. $64 votes at the moment. 68 votes. Speaking of the devil, 7 minutes. Very good. Night Shepherd, yeah, had to do something to give my my doggy a little nod on the channel, especially when he barks in the background and we're in the Airbus. PTU go woof. So he's got his own emoji. J-Bay, hell yeah. Let's go above. We'll go centre above. John. that. Thanks, John, for your super chat. Very generous of you. Make sure that drone camera's centered with the old horizon there. Get our zoom back. Arco, how long does merch shipping take getting to the States? I'm thinking about getting an Avgeek coffee mug for these early morning streams. So, good news for you if you're in the US. The provider Spring is actually based in the United States. So you'll get your mug pretty quickly. Certainly within 4 weeks, I think, is the most we've waited. But that was shipping to Thailand, I believe. The Docs mug. But I know Ethan, for a little while ago, purchased something, and he lives in the States, and it came within about a week or so. From the top of my head. Love that coastline. Fantastic. Great coastline. Really nice bumpy terrain. There's a lot to look at flying around here in MSFS. Doc, why you keep skipping my chat? Where? Which one? Doc said let's see at 2,200. Done that. Oh yeah, I can see this is, I think minimum altitude of the caddy is 5,000 and 3,500. Hey Nick, funky colours. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing and also now upgrading to bronze frequent flyer status. Don't forget, if you do join us as a channel member, make sure you link your Discord to your YouTube account for the integration inside your user settings of Discord. And it will get you access into the club lounge. Jay, hello to you. Having the issue that I had a long time ago, I think. Hey, so my sim crashes every single time I load it after it goes to the loading screen. I guess it's a system problem. Do you have any idea what is wrong? Check all of your updates to make sure that you've got everything updated that needs to be updated. Same with any add-ons that you might have, whether it be freeware or payware that you might be loading. Check your graphics as well. I found that my NVIDIA Game Ready driver was causing me some problems, so I changed to the NVIDIA Studio driver instead. What else did I do? Turned rolling cache off and deleted my rolling cache. And if you run FSUI PC7J, make sure you've updated it to the very latest version. Radar 129.675. Athens radar, good afternoon, Austrian 9015, flight level 370 in band PITAS.
Aircraft that was calling, I stepped away there.
It's Austrian 9015. Jay. Definitely then, I think.
9015, Athena radar contact, when ready, descend flight level 210.
When ready, descend flight level 210, Austrian 9015.
At Rita, good evening. Gaya 310, flight level 290 with you.
Yeah, Jay, check your FSU IPC software version. I found that was potentially causing me crash to desktops and all of that instability that I had. When I updated it, downloaded the new version, it solved it for me.
180 when ready. Japan 180 when ready. Gaya 310.
Okay, fantastic. You're picking up a mug. Bit of a coffee connoisseur, very good. It's the difference between someone else having a good day or not. Check out all the stickers as well, there's some cool stickers, including the US flag one.
Send 230 when ready, your wings 585.
Emirates 1523 heavy, currently en route to Frankfurt International Airport, cruising at flight level 360. Emirates 1523 heavy, Athena radar contact. Airbus 1 heavy, descend flight level 350 for traffic.
Flight level 350 for traffic, Airbus 1 heavy.
That was a TCAS alert. Interesting. Marley, can you still play MSFS? I don't know any airplane. If I don't know any airplane codes,
1523 heavy.
yeah, you should be able to. But I wouldn't recommend connecting to VATSIM until you've sort of connected and learned all of that technical stuff. Brandon, which version of FSU IPC do you have? Was it 7.3.4? It's just been updated. Let me find the link. I'll put it in the live chat for you guys. So if you need to download it,
Zappa 8001, the sunflower level 340.
copy link address. I'll put the link in the live chat. Yeah, Marley, if you're just flying on multiplayer in the sim, that's fine. But yeah, I certainly, if you're not sure about any of this, I would not connect to VATSIM. Oh, Dust, you're very weird. During installation of FSU IPC, it'll ask you, do you want to register? So that's for people who have paid from Sim Market, but it's free as well, so you don't actually have to buy it. So just skip that section.
Xavier 1544, coded to Delta arrival, expect ILS Zulu approach runway 24.
Expecting runway 24 Zulu ILS, Xavier 1544, thank you.
Very nice. Marley, yeah, all I would suggest is do not connect to VATSIM. If you're really not sure, you'll just get lots of problems and eventually you'll just get banned from the network. So try and avoid things like VATSIM if you're really not sure about anything, and just take the time offline to learn how it all works, all the different sort of phraseology, the phrases, and what squawk means, and how to create your flight plans properly, and all that sort of stuff. Nick, interesting, because WASM is probably the most unstable, was probably the most regular cause of crashing inside MSFS, isn't it?
EGPR 986, turn left on Delta, Delta 7, Echo, stand Bravo 11. Just take Bravo 11, thank you so much.
Yeah, just play offline in the sim. The island of Corfu down below now, by the way. Just, well, I can't see it, it's right on the nose. Let's go to external cam. Ah, there she is. That's a great approach. Really nice scenic approach.
VOR approach runway 34, direct Akita when able.
Make sure we do that.
Xavier 1544 ready for descent.
Xavier 1544 descent flight level 170.
Flight level 170, confirm for Xavier 1544.
Affirm.
Okay, we're top of descent's coming up, so let's get a final refresh of the weather. Meta at LGZA for Zakynthos. 02 0 degrees at 6 knots, ceiling visibility okay, 34 degrees Celsius, plus 15 degrees QNH 1012.
Transavia 1544.
Transavia 1544 Dina.
Could you let us know which arrival you want to use?
Transavia 1544, Codec 2 Delta arrival.
Got to do this, didn't I?
42 Delta arrival.
Knew there was
Thank you
something.
very much. Transavia 1544.
We did it before top of descent. Transition, we'll call it 9,000.
I'm sorry, Osprey 490, expect a VOR approach on a tree 4. Actually, you know what, you could VOR approach on a tree 4. Descend according to the procedure, QNH 1012. Osprey 490, clear VOR approach on a tree 4, descend according to procedure, QNH 1012.
9,000.
Zap 8001, traffic no longer a factor, climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, traffic no factor, 8001.
Airbus 1 Heavy, climb flight level, actually, can you accept flight level 360?
Okie dokie, so,
production flight?
back to the checklist.
We can take the 60
Descent, arrival and weather
Airbus
data
1 Heavy,
obtained
climb
and
level
set.
360.
Maintain flight level 360.
In the init ref, we go to the index page, approach, and there we go, we've got the data in there. It's actually given us about 31.33. That's because it's refreshed the data, hasn't it? So where's my sim brief profile once more? We'll get our landing weight, or our estimated landing weight, we'll call it 57. What was it? 53, 53.1, 53. That's 56.3.
The first cargo 701 Heavy at Dina Region 5.
Identify.
Skyways 90189, radar contact.
That'll be our estimate. So actually it was correct. About 31, 32 knots, roughly. We'll check it just prior to actually approach as well. We've got the weather, we've got the QNH, destination weather's obtained, landing altitude, check. It's going to be 50 because airport elevation is about 20 feet. Radios are set. We need to set the ORs and things as well. We've zoomed along this last little section before I'd even noticed. So we need Geflina 1155.
Ryanair 310, descend 6,000 feet, QNH
1108.
1012.
Stick that in the box,
Turkish
active.
1200, cleared locator, approach 1801.
Third locator, approach 101, Turkish 120.
340.
Trader 322 at flight level 370 inbound PITAS.
Trader 322 at Dina radar squawk 7260.
340.
Squawk 7260 trader.
Reset MCP altitude 210.
Is there 561 Monty Unicom?
Unicom 122. Unicom 120 to 561, bye-bye.
Well, I was going to do descent now, but we're already 2 miles away from top of descent anyway, so it doesn't matter. LNAV, VNAV's arms, let's continue with the checks. Radios are set, lock ILS frequency, course is set, wing engine ICIS as required, landing altitudes check, MCP reset altitude, altimeter set.
8001 Monty Unicom.
It was 1012, wasn't it, for the approach, so we'll set that in the standby box, 1012, and
Contact 71 Delta Monty Unicom.
the minimum's 800.
Unicom 120, that's late, thanks much, contact 71 Delta, bye. Goodbye. To show all aircraft, I need to step away for 1 minute.
So that's done. Chalampos, welcome. Don, hello to you. How are you today? Very good, thanks for asking. Hope you're okay as well. Don saying he's got the Airbus systems down and having great fun doing Cat 3 approaches. I'd like to try out the Boeing. But what is LNAV and VNAV compared to the Airbus? So, all the VNAV is basically the Airbus version of managed mode. Managed mode for your altitude is your VNAV. Order brake 3 is set. Wishing everybody butter. Approach has been briefed. So we know what we're doing for the approach, but for those of you who might perhaps just be tuning in, let's go through it again. So initially, ASTUS to Juliet arrival. So we're going to come in via ASTUS on this 25 DME arc around the Kefalinia VOR.
National Cargo 701 Heavy.
Round to 30 DME from Zakynthos. At that point, we're going to head inbound to 14 DME, then a 12 DME arc down to Acadia around 3,000 feet, and then Litsi 2,200 feet. Inbound Zakynthos VOR 110.8. The VOR approach runway 34 with a course of 340 degrees set in the nav 1 and nav 2 course boxes. We're going to head inbound. We'll just flat manually once we're visual with the airport instead anyway, for a bit of fun. Airport elevation of 16 feet and missed approach data suggests intercept and follow the radial 340 degrees inbound Zakynthos, or outbound Zakynthos, and that's 6 DME turn right, max 185 knots. Proceed to Zakynthos VOR 3000 to then intercept the radial 180. 12 DME turn left to enter holds. Holds at Litsi pretty much.
Transavia 1544 descent 6,000 feet QNH 1007.
Short runway, auto brake 3 for us. And it's saying auto brake 3 is going to give us around 500 meters of runway left when we do touchdown. The others are going to give us a much narrower margin. Look at that, got some contrails up there. Aeroplane going left to right across the nose. Very cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now landing shortly. Please put your backrests on upright position, fold away your tray tables and open the window shades. Laptops and heavy electronic devices.
Jay, check you properly uninstalled FSUI PC7. If not, check your graphics drivers.
Turkish 1200, wind 3505 knots, runway 01, clear land.
Runway 01, clear to land, Turkish 1200.
Oscar 9015, access 1 kilo, arrival, expect VOR approach, runway 34.
ASTUS 1 kilo depart arrival and expect VOR approach runway 34, Austrian 9015.
Oscar 9015, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1012.
8,000 feet, QNH 1012, Austrian 9015. This could get
585,
interesting.
Access 1 kilo, arrival, expect VOR approach, runway 34.
Access 1 kilo arrival, expect VOR 34 approach, Eurowings 585.
Wings 585, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1012.
8,000 feet, QNH 1012, Eurowings 585.
Need to change this very quickly and work out what we need to do and make sure it's all matching, because ASTUS 1 kilo. Bear with me, I'll probably go a bit silent for a minute. It's the same.
Olympic zeros.
So I should have just left it.
Airbus 1 heavy monkey.
Unicorn Airbus 1 heavy, good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, this is where it all goes a bit cock up now, because ASTUS AF4. Jesus, what the? It's a ASTUS 1 kilo. Stand by. That should be it.
Austrian 9015, quick view or approach on H34, descend according to procedure, QNH 1012.
Set for the procedure, QNH 1012, Austrian 9015. Goodness sake.
Your wings of 585, cleared VO approach, runway 34 descent according to procedure.
Don't want that. It's made a right mess of this now, right at the worst time for me, so I will probably stop talking for a minute, work out what on earth is going on here.
322 when ready, descend flight level 210.
210 for trade air 322.
Don't want that, go away, where's it gone?
Trade air 1544, cleared Alizu approach runway 24 descent according to procedure.
Jesus. AFO2.
Sorry, cleared ILS runway 24 approach, descend according to procedure, transfer 1545.
He's actually properly wrecked this now. Should have just left it as it was. The Keto, where is it? So 8 pages of just mess. Keto 001002. Jesus Christ.
Ryanair 310 flighting 260.
I've got a plan. I'm going to go direct to Keto in a minute. Oh, hello. There we go. Whatever I'd tweaked, I'd solved it. I hope. Let's just check this.
Delta
Right.
India Tango India Mike, Athena radar, squawk 7236.
Don't pass unachievable now, and warnings of insufficient fuel, but that is fine, we have got sufficient fuel for this. What is going on with this? Step.
Turkish 1200, a missed approach procedure.
What the hell is Latin?
Delta India Tango India Mike, radar contact, descend flight level 130.
Put it in again, hasn't it?
Delta 6, Kilo Hotel, Athena radar, startup approved, QNH 1011.
Startup approved, QNH 1011.
There's a Keto.
Turkish 1200, cleared locator approach runway 01.
This is how I'm going to get around it. I'm going to do one more. Actually, I've done that. That's just 1 kilo with the Keto transition, but it's left it all in as like a double whammy. It's fine. I'm going to now do direct. Have it. Trying to kind of compare this. Yeah. I'm happy with that. That'll do. Best out of a bad situation, I think. Spoilers. Let's just get rid of those. We're in flight to tents. No, actually, I went in the second time.
2026 now, runway 34, cleared land.
34 cleared land on Spring 490.
It's not going to show it now, is it? Now, interestingly, it doesn't even show that we've gone into a star anymore, even though I did select it. Oh well, not bothered anymore. It's properly bugged itself out, but that's fine. We're going to go SO 065.
Under 4151 Monty Unicom.
Unicom 1 to the side, thank you for the back.
Ryanair 310, turn right heading 300, descend 3000 feet.
Short altitude mention is on. There's Kefalonia on the nose. We're getting through it. Just got to sort of step back and work through to make sure we don't really cock it up too much. Right. Get rid of that.
AGN328,
Music.
level 210.
Make sure my charts are set up. Just want to plan the 12 DME arc.
Delta India Tango India Mike, PITAS 2 Sierra arrival, expect on of approach runway 34.
PITAS 2 Sierra arrival, expecting on of runway 34, Delta India Tango India Mike.
AGN 328, Storky 2 Golf arrival, expect VOR Yankee approach runway 29er.
Storky 2 Golf arrival, VOR Yankee, runway 29er.
Cool, that's looking bang on now. What it done is it put 2 duplicate stars in, which caused us the problem. So it had the original star, and then the one that I'd selected with the Aketo transition was the additional pages that it then whacked in after. So it was going to get us to fly the first star, then back out, and then back in, if that makes sense. So it kind of cocked it all up for us. But it's all good. We're descending through flight intent at the moment. Let's get rid of those, and then we're going to continue on our checklist to make sure we've not missed anything. So it's going to be through transition, 8,000 feet. That 1012 for the QNH, and as we go below 10, runway turn lights on, landing lights on, seatbelt signs as required. On. So you can, yeah. But you can't change them on the fly, you have to choose a livery based upon it. Yeah, Doc, it was a change that came a bit too late really for us, I think. What I should have done is just requested, what I should have done is just requested the other approach. But in fairness, it's probably the more efficient one, because it takes us straight into the airfield, doesn't it?
Ryanair 114, descend flight level 150.
Descend flight level 150, Ryanair 114.
National Cargo 701, Hotel Heavy, startup approved, QNH 1011.
8,000, 5,000, down the profile, 3,000 to final. Just going to check to make sure it hasn't. We've deleted quite a few pages, about 3 pages of the earliest star that it also had in it that we've got rid of.
Ryanair 310, turn right heading 360, cleared Zulu, approach runway 02 right. Negative 360.
Yeah, so it's put the other one in. There we go.
Osprey 490, taxi to parking, good day. Bye-bye.
Down to 3.
Delta India Tango India Mike, descend 4,000 feet, QNH
Yeah, not very nice.
1012.
Descending 4,000 feet, QNH 1012, Delta India Tango India Mike.
Transavia 1544, wind 2706 knots, runway 24, quite land.
Fiddler and Transavia 1544.
AGN 328 to descend 4,000 feet, QNH.
We've got it back anyway. All is well.
Ryanair 310, wind 040 at 19 knots, runway 03.
100 likes, thank you folks. A couple more minutes left on the poll, so if you've not voted yet for tomorrow's choice of aircraft, make sure you do drop a vote in. 171 votes at the moment, and 52% are saying Phoenix, 48% saying PMDG 737, so it's very close indeed.
Sky Global 610, Athena radar, squawk 7233.
7233, Sky Global 610.
Ryanair 114, expect a locator approach runway 01.
Expect locator approach runway 01.
Flying this wonderfully.
Trade Air 322, descend
1108, 1108, 1108, they're both active. We've got VOR lock there, ready in the middle. Nabil, hello buddy. Yeah, for some reason we had like a double star, which is really weird. But we've sorted it, thankfully.
34 and QNH1012 for trade air 322.
Trade air 322, access 1 kilo. ASTUS 1 kilo.
ASTUS 1 kilo as well for trade air 322.
Let's go down to flaps up speed now for a bit. Nabil, hello buddy. Wow, member for 3 months gold tier. Thank you very much for all your ongoing support. Saying, wow, 3 months already, and you gave me motivation to start streaming. Thank you very much. You're most welcome.
Athens radar today, Olympic 773 at Belzelos Airport, Gate Alpha 13. With information hotel, request fire clearance to go, fine.
Airport's just down there. There's the coastline. The airport's just beyond that little bay, if you like. Can't really see it here. There it is. That bay in the middle of your screen. There's the runway there.
585. Where are you heading to right now? On the ASTUS 1 kilo arrival. Looks like you're taking a shortcut. What's your next fix? Litzy, Eurange 585. Austrian 9015, reduce speed 200 knots.
Reduce speed 200 knots, Austrian 9015.
Universal Chicago 701, requesting taxi to Golden Point runway 27.
National Cargo 701, Hotel Heavy, taxi on part and runway 27 via Delta across.
Ian, howdy.
Taxi via
Oh yes, we do have a shortcut. Where is he? Down here somewhere. Saw a flash of his lights.
Your wings 585, just let you know, since you're going to Listy, that's too sharp of a turn for the VOR. That's more than, that's way too sharp.
Ian, fantastic.
Proceed after Zakynthos VOR, Zulu Alpha Kilo and hold, as published. Hold it, Zulu Alpha Kilo, Eurange 585.
We'll keep going down to 22, which is our minimums. We got one over here somewhere.
Athena radar Turkish 1200 inbound runway 01.
Turkish 1200.
Love it.
Wind is 3505 knots, 1801, clear that.
Runway 01 clear to land, Turkish 1200.
Ryanair 114, descend flight level 990.
Descend flight level 990, Ryanair.
We go heading mode.
Sky Global 610, radar contact, climb level 200. 200, 600. AJN 328, cleared VOI
Good
Yankee,
flat
approach runway 29, report final. Trader 322, cleared VOR approach runway 34, descend according to the procedure.
Following the fixed ring there.
Cleared for the VOR, trade air 322.
Yes, indeed. Thankfully, I put in the 12-mile fixed ring. I was just trying to click stuff to get it all done, but killed too many elements to the legs, but it's all good. Usually I expect to cock these up and then hand fly it. My 5. In it, ref. Approach 132, check. Number 10.
problem of having two main channels.
Bill, thanks,
Go
buddy.
to show love.
Okay, approach checklist there. Nav course frequency set, speeds in limits. We need the speed brake armed.
Ryanair 114 descend 4,000 feet. QNH is 1014.
Get left 80.
Send flight level, send
Flat 10.
4,000 feet.
Set 170.
1014 for Ryanair 114.
There's lit C, and I've set the line.
Universal Cargo 701 Hotel Heavy, wind 3017 knots, runway
another 60.
27, request for takeoff.
Lane 40, go from now this way to runway 27.
It's 50 actually. Go inbound lit C.
1544, taxi by
Are we doing 2-2 on the VNAV?
Taxi by Foxtrot, stand of our choice, and Levy 1544.
Ryanair 310, turn. Actually, taxi via Delta 7, Juliet, stand. Actually, no, it's standby. Alright, Ryanair 310, turn left on to Charlie, India, stand Alpha 30.
Left to Charlie, India, and Alpha 30, Ryanair 310.
So we're on VOR mode on the nav display. It's going to assist us. What are we now? 2-2.
15, wind 020 at 6 knots, runway 34, quick land.
Runway 34, clear to land, Austrian 9015.
Delta India Tango India Mike, clear to RNF approach, runway 34, report final.
Clear to RNF runway 34, reporting final.
There's the runway, and we're 9 miles. We'll go gear down.
1523 heavy,
Lap 15. Minimum, sorry, 2,200 is coming up.
Ryanair 114, cleared locator approach, runway 01, report final.
Engine start mode, continuous, landing gears, confirmed down. It is, we're not going to do CMDB, flaps set, landing, go around altitude set.
Thank you for the parking, good day, and thanks for the service.
3,000.
Thanks for flying.
Control the Skywest 2080, reporting in, flight level 260,
Skywest 2080, the narrator is clock 7241.
My controls and throttle. On 32 on the speed bug.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Tail, request taxi.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Hotel, first you need clearance, advise on the cop.
Alright, and request clearance, Lufthansa 6 Kilo.
Reset the
6 Kilo Hotel, clear to
flight directions, flight directors, and we're going to flap 25, one stage to go.
100, clock 7256.
Jet Frankfurt via the Apollo 1 Victor departure, runway 27, initial temp level 100, then squawk 275.
Go around altitude is set, runway heading is set, and we're briefed for the go around as well. We're going to monitor things as we go. Coming down to final approach speeds now as well.
Climb level 360.
Ground base of level 360, Universal Cargo 701 Heavy.
Copy Noida, have a good day, Condor 5 Papa Victor, level 35 off.
Condor 5 Papa Victor, Dina radar contact, when ready, descend flight level 210, ASTUS 1 kilo arrival.
Lap 30,
Level 210,
and that's our final approach configuration now. We'll just slow it down to our final approach speeds.
80, radar contact.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Tail, request taxi.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Hotel, squawk 7256.
7526, Lufthansa 3, 6
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Connor 5, Papa Victor, can we get...
Yeah, we're doing 137, Doc.
1 Juliet arrival.
On the PFD.
Or 2 Juliet.
Standby break, Lufthansa 6 Kilo Hotel 7256, 7256. So
This is the best hand-flown approach I've done in a long time.
72,
He says before he smashes it on the runway. Bold statement to make at 1 mile, 1 DME. Good grief. Why have I said this?
Condor 5 Papa Victor, Astus 2 Juliet.
2
so it's proof.
Affirm.
Thank you.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Oh yeah. Have that. Reverse green. Decel. And speed brake surrounds.
Wind 3011 knots and a 34 correct left.
65. 45. Off the brakes.
Lufthansa 6 Hotel, request taxi.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Hotel Taxi on Brownie 27 via Delta cross runway 12.
Taxi holding point runway 27 via Delta and cross runway 12.
Put those back on. APU start.
Victor, can we proceed back to Astus?
And auto brake off.
Condor 5 Papa Victor direct Astus.
Thank you very much. Direct Astus. Condor 5 Papa Victor.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir sind pünktlich gelandet. Bitte bleiben Sie zu Ihrer eigenen...
8051 Heavy at Dina Radar, squawk 7253.
Make sure we get off the runway fairly quickly. Probably get standard choice.
Die gesamte Besatzung möchte sich nun von Ihnen verabschieden. Es hat uns sehr gefreut, dass Sie heute unser Gast waren und wir hoffen, Sie haben sich bei uns an Bord wohlgefühlt. Haben Sie nun noch einen schönen Tag für eine angenehme und sichere...
Flaps up, speed rate retracted, transponder can go on to standby in a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed on time. For your own safety, please remain seated with us with your seatbelts
Landing lights off.
until the
AGN 328, wind 330 knots, running 29 good land.
Your entire crew wants to say goodbye to you.
Engine lights on to steady.
We thank you for having chosen Austrian and Starlines for your flight today and hope you felt comfortably on board. Have a nice
APU.
and safe onward journey. Thank you and goodbye.
OP off. Austrian 9015, vacated Alpha 3. Lights off, check set, check.
Taxi to parking, good day.
Next park in, thanks for the ATC, Austrian 9015.
Thanks for flying.
Anti-ice warning, fine.
Let's take 906 Papa, 10 minutes out of cockpit.
Stand 2, lovely, that's us.
Arrive, stand Alpha 20, Shutdown, thank you for your
Thanks for flying. Thai 8051 Heavy, radar contact.
Put the flaps up yet.
Skyway 208, we're out. Specifying that cockpit.
Skyway 2080 approved.
Car brake on. Those animations. With a dirty livery as well. As per the sounds are from the Lucato.
Filed Odessa to Delta departure, runway 34, initial climb flight level 200, squawk 7244.
Please,
Okay, so that's all good. Taxi lights should have gone off already. That's been about a minute now as well, so that can come off. Next one, auto.
AGN 1845, back is.
And control levers off.
Your wings 9613, Athena radar, squawk 7.
Ethan, absolutely will be, yes. Anti-collision lights can go off. Chocks on. Here.
Radar, hello, Easy 89 Tango Romeo, flight level 350.
Easy 89 Tango Romeo, Athena radar contact, when ready, descend flight level 210.
Wait for the engines.
ASTUS 1 kilo arrival.
While we do that, we could be missing somebody's touchdown, so let's zoom up and out.
When ready, descend flight level 210, ASTUS 1
No, let's go refresh this. Then we got the faster drone cam. Here's Freeware Zakynthos, by the way. It's not incredible, but for something small, like a little island scenery, certainly suitable.
114, wind 350 at 5 knots, clear line runway 01.
There's an Osprey. Oh, actually, there's an Osprey and also a twin otter Osprey.
610, Barracks 3 Charlie arrival.
Right, so stairs. We want passenger bus. Do
Charlie.
Stairs 1 and 2. Ground power.
Lufthansa 6 Hotel, holding point on the 27 and fully ready.
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Hotel, wind 30017 knots, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, Lufthansa 6 Hotel.
Passenger bus is here. Can't see anybody on approach yet. Aviation simulations on approach. Is that the last person we've got coming in? I think it is, isn't it? Just about awesome. Well, that works out quite nicely, I guess.
Delta India, Tango
At least it's
India,
the same livery.
choice via Alpha.
Send off my choice by Alpha, Delta India.
Need the stairs to hurry up, and then we can deplane.
Trader 322, wind 330 at 7 knots, QNH 1012, clear land runway 34.
Clear to launch, Trader 322.
Look at that.
Your wings on your 613, Monte Unicom. You too.
Oh, actually.
That was 280, back to good.
Welcome back.
Do you have somebody flying along us overhead? Flying the Zakynthos VOR? I don't know. Here comes aviation simulation.
Thai 051 Athena.
Requesting frequency change.
Thai 8051. It's still in my airspace, but I'll give you an early handoff. Monte Unicom today.
Monitoring Unicom. 8051, thank you.
Thankfully we had those turning points, which certainly proved helpful for us. Hoping for...
AGN, I'm sorry, AGN 328. Turn left on November Echo Mike, center for choice.
Pacific 906, Papa back in cockpit.
Roger.
Who knows? Anyway, let's watch Max head in. Ah, Christopher, thank you, buddy. I will look into it. Not quite sure what's happened there then.
906 Papa. Have a nice day, bye.
You too. Lufthansa 1714 radar, clear to Munich as filed, Pyrex 1 Foxtrot, departure runway 34, initial climb flight level 80, squawk
Okay, let's end the poll.
7230.
236 votes.
Clear to
Speeddragon, hello. Wow, that was tight.
Runway 34.
Almost the PMDG 737, but yeah, tomorrow then we're going to be in the Fenix A320. What route? That's the question.
That is correct.
Which route indeed?
Lufthansa 6 Kilo Hotel.
We'll figure it out in the club lounge post-stream. If you've got any suggestions actually in the club lounge, do put them in. I'll have a look in a second.
Sky Global 610, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1012, expect ILS Zulu approach on 80 to right.
8,000 1012, ILS Zulu 0 to right, Sky Global 610.
Ryanair 114, backtrack runway 01, vacate right to enable taxi to parking.
Ryanair 114, taxi back down runway 01, will vacate on Ryanair 114.
Condor 5, Papa Victor, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Hey Gav, thanks buddy. Matthew, very close, isn't it?
Condor 5, Papa Victor.
There he is. Trade Air, whoever that is. At least we've got the livery for it. Aviation Simulations always picks the rarest of rare that we've never heard of before. MVC, I'm a developer, and for VDGS, 2 options for integration. One is stable,
Victor Echo Athena radar,
but can only be assigned to gate by default ATC, or 2, unstable, but works basically for every gate. Which do you prefer? Ooh, probably the second, because otherwise the scenery is useless for everybody who uses VATSIM. Wowzers, so then we're just going to have to extend the air stairs, I think. Maybe it's the potable water that's getting in the way of everything else. Super weird.
No, right, good afternoon, Lufthansa 686, flight level 360.
Yeah, the Null Aero VDGS seems very good. Aerosoft VDGS is nice.
Contact for direction of flight. All levels required to use flight level 350, flight level 370.
Yeah, for Freeware this is alright. Certainly, you know, it's one of those airports that I've not really explored too much of, so I don't mind it. As a one-off, it certainly ticks the box for me.
350 or 370.
Okay, we grab at 370, 686.
There we go, a little bit of frantic into the approach. We had a bit of an unexpected change of SID, but otherwise it's all worked out quite nicely for us, and it's been a very enjoyable flight back in the 737, of course.
Skyways 913, 912, income.
Gonna get to work planning the next stream tomorrow, 1 o'clock UK time as usual, same time. We're going to be heading out of somewhere unknown, somewhere yet to be decided, in the Fenix A320. So we're going to work out a plan, and you will see a live stream become scheduled hopefully in the next couple of hours. Thanks to our ATC, been quite good. Certainly makes it a lot more enjoyable, and thank you to everybody who's flown along today in your various aeroplanes as well. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for hitting the like button down below. And those of you, Gav, Nabil, John, and Wesley, thank you very much for your tips, supporting the stream, and a very warm welcome on board to Andy, the Night Shepherd, and Nick for joining us, channel members as well. In the meantime, I hope you're all enjoying the Jubilee weekends. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, perhaps tuning in for the first time. Give us a like before you head off, and I'll see you all tomorrow, bright and early, 1 o'clock UK time, for one more live stream for the week before I'm back to work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.